Hey there, welcome to my green pets. I'm William Green. These are my orchids, and Cattleya growth season has begun in full force. Let's have a look at what's in bloom first, and then we'll go and check out all the Cattleyas that are growing, which is pretty much all of them. So we'll start over here on this side. Of course, we've still got several little pinguicula in bloom, beautiful little things. And those are looking nice. Then next to it, we've got Cattleya Rebecca Northern Mikabi with its one single bloom. And Grapefruit Pink has dropped most of its flowers. They lasted quite a while. It looked really nice. Dendrochilum tenellum is approaching full bloom with its lovely little flowers. No fragrance on those. Just kind of an interesting orchid. Next to it, we've got Masdevallia Machu Picchu with three lovely flowers on this side. A double on this one. That's kind of cool. And then an additional fourth flower over here. Tangled up in the spike of Cynoches Varsovicii. Looks like it's going to try to continue on with these three flowers. That'll be exciting. Always wonderful to see those. And then we've got Cattleya Trianite Cassians. Dropped one of its flowers, but this one's probably not got much time left, maybe a day or two, but still, it still looks decent. And again, these bloomed out at the beginning of December, so really happy with the lifespan on those flowers. Not to mention how nice they looked. All right, well, we've just got growth everywhere, so I'll just look at a few highlights. First of all, we've got Cattleya Dowiana aurea. You can see a little new growth down there. This plant probably needs to be pulled out of this pot and divided. Over here we've got Cattleya Blossfeldiana. This is a cross between Rex and Luteola. Nice new growth on that. Little root too down there, looking nice. All these little seedlings down here are Cattleya Rex that came from Peru Flora in 2021. And this is by far the largest one right here. And it's got a nice little growth popping up down there. That really needs to be repotted. Cattleya hardiana has got new growth pushing on this side of its bulb, and maybe feels like a bump on the other side too. That'd be great if it put out two new growths. Cattleya Dowiana rosita is almost finished with a growth that it started a couple months ago, and this thing has just grown non-stop since I got it, completely ignoring any kind of winter, cooler, drier period. Just keeps growing right on through it. Next to it, this guy growing tall. This is Cattleya purpurata by lobata. It's Cattleya pulcherrima is the name of the hybrid, and it's got a nice big growth pushing out down there. And then its sister plant with the same purpurata parent. This is an Cattleya purpurata. I think it's a concolor by Carnea, so could be interesting. Don't expect flowers on this one yet, but could surprise us. Cattleya labiata Sherwood Forest by Perola rubra. It's got a new growth starting there. Got roots everywhere. And then this is a Cattleya Genmanii alba from H&R, I do believe, and it's got new growth poking out over here as well. Cattleya maxima has been working on these two new growths for a couple months now. They're getting to the end of things. This Cattleya gaskeliana, I don't mention it much because it just doesn't do much. I am hopeful that one day it will get enough momentum up, get some big growth, and we'll get a flower on RLC Jessie Lee, also don't mention her too much these days, but got a new growth growing back here, a new root, some new roots there. And then next to it we've got Cattleya I. This is AC Burridge. And this is a Mariclone, I do believe, but it's got a new growth poking out. And then of course, Trione Cashins. We just looked at the flower, but every lead has got a new growth on it as well. So this thing is probably going to get cut up and divided and some pieces sold off this year. And it is absolutely outstanding. So can't wait to rehome some of those. This thing just grows literally like a weed. If you have any luck with Cattleya at all, this thing's going to grow great for you. And then finally, the eye is on, right now, eyes on this plant. This is my Cattleya Mossii R.E. Patterson by Panther Creek. The parentage of this plant is widely believed to contain some Ludomaniana that is not a pure Mossii. And for that reason, I was going to sell it last year until I saw some pictures of one of its siblings in bloom. Just about knocked my socks off. It's got a really nice sheath that's been sitting there since the end of the last year's growing season, as does Mossii. It sits and rests, and then it blooms at the beginning of the next growing season. So we are looking down here in the base of this sheath for any signs of buds pushing up. And I held the light back there earlier, and it looks like something is slowly kind of creeping up there. So I try not to have, high expectations, but I am very excited about this plant, and I really hope that we get something amazing out of it. Pure Mossii or not. And then once it blooms, I can decide if I want to keep it or rehome it. Then of course, Rhyncholalia Aristocrat. It's got its nice big sheath hanging out here, and that will have a flower pushing out probably in the next few weeks as well. Cattleya Rex is, well, it's just got all kinds of growth buds popping out, and hopefully this plant will put out some spikes for us this year. It had I think it had several at the same time last year, and I had my first 5 flower spike on a Cattleya Rex on this plant. So hopefully we'll see more of that. And that's it. So yeah, the Cattleyas are cranking, to quote our good friend Stephen Van Camp and Lewis. And so looking forward to who knows what will actually bloom this year. Again, most of my Cattleya collection were sent to me by a wonderful gentleman named Kevin a few years ago. He had just basically told me, I've got way too many plants, and I know you'll take care of them, so I'm going to send you some. And he sent me a ton of really high quality Cattleya seedlings that I have been slowly nursing, and looking forward to seeing some blooms on those. So I really hope that we see a couple more this year. And that's it. I'm also really looking at this Bulbophyllum lepidum. It has put on so much growth this year that when it finally blooms in the spring, I do really expect it to be pretty amazing. I mean, I will set this thing up, and I will probably prop it on its side and hang it up so all the spikes come out. And I mean, I'm really going to go for a beautiful presentation on this thing, because it's going to be worth it. It's going to be so nice. I hope. All right, well, that is all. I just want to show you real quick this Nepenthes Raja by Edwardsiana. Not quite sure why the leaves are all wonky, but the newest picture, look at this little monster. Look at those teeth. That is vicious. Just gonna keep getting bigger and nicer. So that's exciting. And yeah, that's it. I will. Oh wait, one more. We got Bulbophyllum catenulatum down here. It looks like it has a little spike developing. It had one a couple weeks ago I showed you, but that one blasted. But This one looks like it might keep going. So that's exciting. Cute little plant. And this, by the way, is for sale on my website, but I am not shipping anything right now because it is, I think this morning, negative 27 degrees Celsius outside. So not really good orchid shipping weather. All right. Well, have another great week and stay well, and I will see you next time right here on My Green Pets. I'm William Green. Take care.